All right. Today is Friday, June 3rd, 2022, and this is your Friday morning safety meeting. My name is Dennis Davis. I work in the safety department. Safety department is located in the Z building, ground level, center of the room, right next to the pillars. So anytime you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to stop by, and we'll get you guys taken care of. We don't promise that we're going to have all the answers, but we promise you that you're going to be treated with respect, and we promise you that we're going to get you the answers that you need. We do this Friday morning meeting every single Friday morning, and our goal here is to make sure that we are as transparent about our growth and our processes that we can possibly be, and make sure that our drivers, both present at this terminal, other terminals, and out in the driving world, have a platform that they can share ideas and get some questions answered. Breakfast is free, so let's give our folks in the cafeteria a round of applause for helping us out. So if you haven't ordered breakfast yet, jump in line, place an order. I'll be over there here shortly. And we also do this simulcast at all three of our major terminals: Salt Lake City, Springfield, Missouri, and Pittston, Pennsylvania. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, whether it's live or a little bit later on in the week, please click like and subscribe, and you'll get alerts anytime we post a video on our social media platform. So let's go east first and see who we have with us this morning. Do we got Rick this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You got a nice crowd there. You got your red on, just like me and Steve here. You guys are ready to go. Tell us what's going on in Pittston, Pennsylvania.
We are ready to go. You know, we had a great week this week. We had a bunch of new folks that come in, and they're ready to go. They want to work.
Well, that's good. We're ready to put them to work. You know, I think is it next week you're gonna be here with us?
Yeah, I'll be down there next week. Yes, I will.
All right. So here, real quick, tell us your favorite thing about Springfield, Missouri Prime version.
You know, just the camaraderie, just everybody, everybody together, and being able to see everybody that you don't see on a regular basis.
There you go. Being with family, being with friends. Great job. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, Rick, or anybody up there, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone.
Hey, you guys are awesome. We'll see you.
All right. Now, I think I just saw a Zamboni machine go across the screen in Salt Lake City. Troy, are you with us this morning?
I was going to do a backflip off the stage, but I thought, well, you know, maybe not.
hey, no injuries. That would not be a work comp situation. Hey, what was that that just went across the screen? What was that?
What? I was going to run and do this, whole backflip thing.
Before while we were introducing Pittston, something went across the screen.
I don't know what that was.
It's like a carpet cleaner or something. You guys always.
It was Ben. Hi, Ben. Oh, no. So, how's everybody?
Man, we are doing fantastic. We had an awesome week. How about you guys?
We are doing great. Beautiful weather in Salt Lake City. It's 90 degrees today. It's going to be, gorgeous. And we've got a whole bunch of people out here, right? Yep. They say yep.
See, I knew that noise was artificial. You're not fooling anybody.
Come on. Okay, wait, guys, he thinks we're fake. Are we fake? See, they say no.
We're going to surprise you one week, and we're going to just show up and do our meeting live from Salt Lake City.
Hey, we only let the sexy people in. Sorry, buddy. I don't know about that.
Never a dull moment, is it? Never a dull moment.
Hey, I will not be here next week, so I don't know what you're going to do. We're going to have somebody push that button because I'm learning my Spanish this week because I'm heading to Puerto Rico next week. So
you know they speak English there, right?
Really? I've been working hard.
Keep learning your Spanish. That's perfectly fine. I'm sure we'll get an able body representative to replace you. Hey man,
There you go.
part of working hard is there's nothing wrong with taking a little vacation. In fact, we encourage it here. Take a few days off. You'll be in good company.
Muchas gracias.
Okay.
Señor.
All
Hasta
right.
luego.
Anybody in Salt Lake City have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone. All right.
Gracias. Gracias. Hasta luego.
Whoa.
Electric cerveza.
Right back here to Springfield, Missouri. Good morning, folks. How you guys doing? It's always great to hear the excitement at all three of our terminals with folks that are just excited to be at work. I'm excited to be at work, just like Troy. I think I'm going to be on vacation next week, too. So, we work really hard here, but we also play hard, too. So, and we want you guys to be a part of that culture, too. So as I think we got a few new people here. So if we got any new folks here, if standing, let us properly welcome you at each of our terminals to the Prime family. Go ahead, stand up. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. So welcome to Prime. We love you. We need you. We need a couple more of you. So thank you for making that tough decision. We know you guys are the cream of the crop. You have plenty of options to go to, and we're glad you chose to be here with us. We did our homework. You did our homework, and now we're all here together. So let's make it work. So I'm not doing this meeting by myself. We've got our Director of Safety here, Mr. Steve Field. Good morning, Steve.
Morning, Dennis.
I'm feeling good today.
I think we're all feeling good. I think we feel good where the weather's nice outside. Business is good. Everyone's in a good mood. And it just makes me so happy to see that because I'm always in a good mood and I'm glad everyone else is in a good mood. It's been a fantastic week for us. It's been a busy week. We're going to talk about some safety issues here, but if we just kind of recap the week, maybe that's why everyone's in such a good mood. We started Monday night with our Christmas party. Yes, Memorial Day, we had our Christmas party. Robert Otis a party, and he was good to his word and gave us a huge party Monday night. Then we had a send-off for our truck driving championship team that's down in Branson today, competing in the state championship. We had that on Wednesday night. Then last night, we honored some of our best operators, our trainers and instructors. Some folks were given awards for being trainers of the year. And I don't know, I didn't look around quick enough, but is Logan or Dion or Michael, are you here from last night? Maybe not. They were the three that were especially recognized. And of course, everyone was happy to be there and get back to those functions again. So it's just been a really, really good week for us. And as Dennis said, we're glad you're here. It's a short week. So all our PSDs are over learning stuff right now, training, going through orientation. But the ones that are here, appreciate you being here. And we appreciate you all being here. As Dennis said, we work hard to get this information out as much as we can, whether it's to Salt Lake City, to Pittston, on YouTube, on Facebook. It's pretty amazing what we do with this information, and it really is your meeting. So if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. We're going to close out this meeting with something really, really fantastic. So we're going to save that till the end and not tell you what it is. So you ready to get started on the safety side?
Let's keep rolling right on to safety. So each week we try to give you the information about the inspection. So this wasn't the road check week. That was last week. So this is post road check week. We had a total of 115 inspections, 77 clean for a total of 67%. So give yourselves a round of applause. Not quite as good as last week during road check, but 67% is still head and shoulders above any other company in the industry. Industry average is probably floating around 35%. So for us to get that 67%, and we're floating around 70% just about every week in 2022, which is amazing. So some of the recurring themes that we saw this week, we saw a few log issues, but not a lot. So that's good. We saw a few seatbelts and we saw some speeding. So just a couple of things to make sure that you're aware of. We always give you some coaching on to make sure that whenever you do get inspected, just be ready for the inspection. Simple things like, of course, have your bright orange seatbelt on. Make sure that your dashboard is cleaned off. That makes you, not be an easy target for an officer or an inspector. So I think we got some pictures that we want to share and a situation that we want to talk about. We never, ever want to ostracize anybody, but, in true prime fashion, we're all about improving. So before we even get into that now, and I'll turn it back over to Steve, we're going to talk about one particular situation. But, even though we talk about one bad situation, there's so many drivers, so many loads that we picked up this week and delivered on time, and we did it safely. But, sometimes we have a little shortfall. What we got?
We do. And, as Dennis said, we don't do this to make fun of anyone. This is a serious business that we're in. It can be a dangerous business we're in. And we show pictures like this and we talk about accidents like this because if we can prevent someone from having this type of accident, that's a game changer for us. It's certainly a game changer for the driver. And this one here, if you just look at that and, to state the obvious, that's probably not a truck route that we're on right there. And it does happen. And I hate to hear, well, I was following the GPS. If we go back some years when Henry and Bill and Jerome started driving, there was no GPS. You broke out your atlas and you found your way, and you can't blindly follow the GPS. You just can't do it. And when you make a turn and you look and you see a road like that, that's the time to stop and say, something doesn't seem right. I'm a professional driver. I know what I'm doing out here, and this is not a truck route. So unfortunately, this gentleman did go down this road, his trailer trying to make a very tight turn and hit a big boulder and then put the truck and trailer on its side. This is extremely expensive for us. We have top-notch equipment. That's a trailer. I think, do we have a couple more pictures, Brianne, or just that one? You can kind of see, the pictures of the damage to the tractor and trailer is really catastrophic. Fortunately, the driver was not hurt. I will tell you, he does not drive here anymore. That's nothing I take pride in saying. It's not what we want to do, but we do have expectations. And sometimes accidents do happen, but this is totally preventable. What could the driver have done if he had made that turn? Just stop where you are. Just stop. We'll get you some help. We've got some great road assist advisors in our call center. We've got a great security department, a safety department. One way or another, we'll get you out of there with the wheels still down on the ground. And I'm not going to beat this to death. It's extremely unfortunate, but it did happen. So my point here is always defer to your common sense. Defer to what you know is right, what you know is wrong, and it's wrong to be on that road. And if his GPS took him there, so be it. But we can be smarter than that. So any questions or comments on that? These are safety meetings, and we do want to talk about accidents. But I'll tell you, out of all the freight that Dennis was talking about that we move each week, roughly 20,000 loads, 15 to 16 million miles. Right now, that's the only accident that I have to talk about, the only one that's serious enough to bring up. So a fantastic job to our operators that are out there, because it is challenging. We see the statistics right now that fatalities are going up on the roads. And I can tell you, I only drive 10 miles each way on the interstate, but it's crazy out there right now. Just crazy, the speed people are driving, the distractions out there. You need to be focused. You need to be your head in the game the whole time you're out there. So I'm going to close this portion with just the 3 bullet points that we always talk about. And it was kind of interesting. I was at a conference last week, and another carrier that's actually bigger than us, their safety guy was up there talking, and he goes, it really comes down to 3 points. And what he said when I heard him, Susan from our log department was with me, and she goes, hey, it sounds like they listen to our safety meetings. But really, it is these 3 points. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. If I figured it out, anyone can figure it out. A speed that's appropriate for the conditions and your driving ability. Always remember that, for your driving ability. Don't tailgate. Tailgate is just a recipe for disaster. I hate to see it, whether it's a car, a big truck. Tailgating, you're leaving yourself no opportunity to react if something happens in front of you. And finally, and maybe most importantly these days, don't be distracted in the cab. Please, none of us are that good a driver that we can be going down the road in heavy traffic in an 80,000-pound vehicle and think that we can be messing with something over here or messing with the stereo or being on your on a handheld phone. None of us are that good. We need our head in the game all the time. You do a fantastic job out there, but we always want to get better, and that's what our goal is here. So thank you for listening to me about that accident. I don't think it's going to happen again. I thought I saw a hand. I think D was just scratching. Sorry, D. Okay.
Hey, that gives us a good transition to the next topic I want to talk about. And I won't belabor the point, everybody's favorite topic, and even folks that are watching. I learned here recently that a lot of folks that are considering going into the trucking industry
Absolutely.
are the ones watching our videos on Facebook and YouTube, which, gives me the opportunity to talk a little bit specifically to them about the training. All right. One of the things I've always appreciated about Prime, we'll take a folk with some experience, but we really like, in-house associates, shop associates, as well as our driver associates to come in and let us train you. I remember coming in here myself as an intern, and I didn't, barely knew the difference between a truck and a trailer. And I had the opportunity to sit with folks and learn from folks. I see Jason Seymour over there. I sat with Jason Seymour for a long time and learning the craft of dispatch. But, as it comes to learning the craft of driving a truck, it's important that you take it seriously. And, we talked about, some of the 3 bullet points, but one I want to talk about specifically when you get behind the wheel of a truck or even taking a step back or just on duty, it's about, just the distractions in the cab. Steve mentioned that none of us are good enough to drive a truck without looking. We're not Magic Johnson making a no-look pass. We've got to be 100% focused on what's going on. And every day, as technology starts to evolve, we've got to make sure that we, especially with the new generation of drivers coming in, we have to make sure that we understand what their mindset is, what their practices, and what their norms are. So it's not uncommon that everybody, even my 10-year-old son, wants to be a YouTube influencer. So we try to drive down the road and of course, it's not handheld. We've got it on some type of stand or something, and we are trying to commentate to our audience, we'll say, and drive a truck, and that's just not going to happen. It's just not safe. Even though it's hands-free, we need your focus while you're training, making sure that you're learning the craft. When you're out doing your pre-trip, it's okay to pull out that phone and maybe visit a video that we have on our Prime mobile app. Shameless plug there, Rianne, and go over your pre-trip information, or maybe if you're making some notes about some different things that you want to revisit, those things are totally okay. But while we're in the training, learn the craft. This accident that we talked about here a minute ago, the driver said, "Hey, my GPS took me down." And now this is, I'm going to exclude our flatbed folks, but for our reefer and our tanker drivers, if you find yourself on a road that looks like that, with flatbed drivers, they may be going to a job site and it may look like that. But if you're hauling frozen pizza, you got no business on a dirt road. Okay. I promise you that they're not taking it to that type of situation.
What you did when you buy one of them cheap, you get that's what you want to get. When you go to Love and get them $349 GPS, that's what you're gonna get. That's the road it's gonna take you down. You got to spend about $1,000 to get the right GPS to go the right way.
He's 100% right. Or Henry, back in the days when, probably when I first started and long after you started driving, we didn't have that technology.
We use Random Atlas.
We use the book.
100%.
Can we get a round of applause for Rand McNally and the handheld atlas?
They know what the atlas is. You got, I can't read no map.
And that goes into what I'm saying about learning the craft, and I don't expect, any new driver to come in and be, Magellan on day one. But, part of the training process is learning the craft, learning how to read the map, learning how to identify where the way stations are, learning that, they're typically going to be at the state lines for each situation. Go ahead.
I think that with the training process here, that's one of the biggest things that falls through the cracks is that students are not taught or made to read a map. And that falls on the student or on the instructors individually. to do that, make sure they learn it, insist that they learn it.
Well, I'm going to take some ownership because that's what we do here at Prime. It's not just the student, it's not just the trainer or the instructor, it's all of us. We've got to make sure that when we are going through this training process and we're ushering drivers through this process, that we hold them accountable for the things that we expect them to learn. So, you know, and that's the true fleet manager inside of me. I want to make sure that every driver that gets in my fleet knows exactly what's going on and he or she knows the expectations. So while you're going through the process, and I know I'm speaking directly to some students that are coming in, you know, take ownership, make sure you're communicating with your fleet manager and know the expectations. So I won't belabor the point. I know we got an exciting meeting coming up. Go for it.
We do. And, you know, we're always excited to have Success Leasing here. Success Leasing manages all our tractors. They sit right by Dennis and Dave in the safety department. They do a fantastic job. So we've got Haylee Gibbons and Daynah Dishman today. I think both are coming up to kind of talk about a leasing career path. And, you know, a lot of times they mention things that I didn't know, and I'm here every day. So really listen to what they say. And there's really some great opportunity in working with the leasing department to take yourself, your career, your business to the next step. So ladies.
Hello, good morning. My name is Haylee.
I'm Daynah.
This is Daynah. Good morning, everybody. We are just here to kind of go over a few little facts about leasing. We're also here to answer any questions. I know this is a really weird time with getting trucks and moving forward. So if you guys have any questions, be thinking about that. Daynah and I can obviously go over any of those. Oh, we'll wait until the end if you don't mind. Or you could go ahead, actually. It's not that big of a deal. Go ahead.
Oh, no. When's the lease purchase going to come back? Do we know?
Well, it's kind of what I was going to go over. So yes. No, we don't know. We don't have any idea. Daryl and Drew don't have an idea right now of when it's going to come back. Unfortunately, we have to take care of all of you guys, and we have to make sure that our new students are getting trucks and be able to get out on the road and haul freight. And unfortunately, we just don't have the trucks from the OEMs right now. But as soon as we start to get a better flow, that program will come back. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same program that it was beforehand. There might be some little tweaks to it. But guys, there is no timeline. We get calls all day long about the ACE lease purchase program. And unfortunately, we don't have a date. And I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. With that being said, don't fret. You guys still have some options and some wonderful things that you can do in the leasing program. As you guys are coming in, new students, you have two options. You can either go company, which is a great way to get your feet wet, to get in the door, to start hauling freight, to learn to work with your dispatchers. And then if you decide, you could go lease. We have a lot of students that go lease from the very beginning. About 80% of the fleet is lease operators. It's a wonderful way to really take ownership of your business and grow your business. With the lease purchase program eventually coming back, if you're a lease operator, that'll give you the option to have a little mini fleet and continue to grow that business more and more. I will talk you want to talk about benefits?
Yeah, I was just going to say, as a lease operator as well, you do earn benefits the longer you lease. So it's kind of like a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So after 2 years, you earn a forgiven lease payment. After 4 years, you earn 2 forgiven lease payments. 6 years, you get a mileage reduction. 8 years, you get another mileage reduction. And then after 10 years, you're vested.
Yeah, so being a lease operator is a wonderful program. They're both great. But I will also talk really quickly about order trucks. That's really my wheelhouse. I handle all order trucks and lease purchases. But unfortunately, they are running a little bit delayed again. We're having issues getting some parts. It's just the name of the game these days. If you guys have any questions about where your order trucks are, feel free to Qualcomm in or email us. You can call us, and we're happy to check with the manufacturer of what's going on with the order trucks. But do keep in mind, if it says it's going to be here, I don't even know the date today, July 3rd. It's probably going to be about 4 weeks after that, okay? So just keep that in mind. Also, if you're in between trucks, make sure you don't go over 59 days, okay? So if your truck's not here, you don't want to lose that longevity and those benefits. So you have to be on a truck within 59 days. So make sure you're communicating with leasing so that we can get you rolling in something in between leases. Any questions? Oh, delightful. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Daynah. You know, we always appreciate having Leasing up here. They are located on the main floor of the Z building. Get to know these folks. Drew and his team there do a fantastic job. You know, Haley talked about the difficulty in getting trucks, and, you know, and unless you've been out of the country or something, you realize that that's a big industry-wide problem. And I have confidence in our folks that we get our share and then some. So if there's a truck to be had, we're going to get it. I want to talk just for a few minutes here about a couple of issues, really one issue. I'm going to have Shaun Ryker to come up. Shaun oversees our payroll department, also the permits department, the TWIC office. So got a lot on his plate there. But, you know, I just think it's important for Shaun to come up and kind of, you know, let us know what's going on in the payroll world. And, you know, we've seen a lot of changes down there for the positive. So Shaun, it's all yours.
Thank you, sir. So what's going on in payroll is obviously we're paying you guys. Anybody here making a decent amount of money? Yeah, we can see it. You guys are doing well. So nice job out there. But, you know, when you're out there, talk about things that, you know, you got a lot to deal with. Between finding out, you know, not to go on dirt roads, things like that, all the way down to whenever you get ready to unload, you think you're about done, but what has to happen to unload? Got to go lumper, right? A lot of times. So, you know, I've spoke up here with Tara a while ago. She's our on-site ComData rep. And we spoke about a program that was kind of getting rolling out. You guys probably have seen some of it now, and it's rolling out more and more. So I want to take a minute to kind of talk to you guys about it. Just let you know exactly what to do as it's coming in. So historically, when you would get a lumper, you would get an advance from your fleet manager. You'd call in, get the advance, they would put on your card, you'd register a com check, and then you would pay for the lumper that way. Probably the changes you guys have seen recently has been more express codes on there. And that's because they're transitioning away from a com check to a more automated type system overall. And really, if they're not doing a com check or express code now, what they're doing is, it's called a product code technically, but really the money just sits on your account. And this happens at Capstone. You guys all know what Capstone is, right? They're almost all rolled out now. And so at Capstone, what you guys can do, there's actually money available on your card. I believe it's up to $755 a day right now is where we have it set at, to where all you have to do, you get a text message from them, and you go onto that website, click the link, go on there, and you'll choose the option that says fuel card. That's the difference for you guys. So you choose fuel card, and that's going to be your ComData card. It'll ask for your card number, expiration date, and some verification information, things like that. You don't have to call your fleet manager. You don't have to worry about getting an amount put onto your card for it. So all you've done is you got there, got a text message, clicked on it, chose fuel card, put your information in there. As for right now, they print you out a receipt for it. Soon, Capstone, RoadSync, and UChain, I think is the other one, are going to be able to send us the receipts immediately to us. So you won't even have to get a receipt soon. And I'll message everybody whenever that happens so you'll know, hey, I don't have to get a receipt. So right now you do, but soon you won't have to. But so what that means is you don't have to spend time calling your fleet manager, right? Sometimes that's a bit of a lengthy process for you guys. So money's sitting there at Capstone, RoadSync, and UChain, and they should be telling you guys which ones those are whenever you guys go in there that's available, but almost all Capstone ones are already. So I'll also try to get a list for you guys. I haven't been able to yet from ComData about the actual locations, but more information will be rolling out. But I wanted to let you guys know because there's several of them that are on there already. And you know, just as I'm talking here, how many of you guys have had this situation already? Capstone, where you go in there, yeah, and they don't ask, they don't want express code, they don't want a com check, they want you to do it with your card. It's fantastic. Yeah, that's the reviews I get from people who said yes. And honestly, I have, and I'm sure everybody in the industry has been saying the exact same thing for a long time to ComData or whoever their provider is, that lumper's that just a pain, honestly. You know, and I really think there's a lot of things that are coming once we get in the door on that. I think there's a lot of places we can go with it, with more technology, more automation for you guys. But right now, it's really a step in the right direction, and it should cover about 70% of our lumper locations whenever it rolls out fully on here. And I expect that to be, I'm going to be guessing here to an extent, but maybe a month or so whenever it's fully rolled out for you guys. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I usually notice that when you do it electronically, they just, you're still certifying a check, just you're using an electronic number that they give.
So that was actually kind of the interim process on it, and you will still see some that are like that. But eventually, it'll just be exactly what I said, where it is, you get a text, you choose fuel card, you put your card information in, and then you are done. So what questions do you guys have about that as we sit here today? Henry.
You never know how much Capstone gonna charge, so how you gonna have 700? You go to some places, $500-600 for lunch. So if you got a 725 on there, where the rest of the money come?
So in every scenario, it's $650. You have $750 on there. That's a daily limit on there. So if you do end up with 2 lumpers that day that go above that amount, you would have to call in, and we can authorize more than that. But that'll actually, we did analysis on it. Sam Messick helped me with this in accounting. This will cover 99.7% of our lumpers. So it shouldn't be too big of an issue, but it could be occasionally for you. But yes, we do have kind of an override system if you call in. 4 months ago. But we've been testing it for a while. It's been there. So if you've gone to a location, just like they were saying, if you've gone to a location, you didn't have to call in and do anything, right? You didn't have to do anything. So the money's sitting there waiting for you already on your card, available if you get to that location. So good question, Henry. Anything in Salt Lake or Pittston? Quiet, guys. I'll be over here after the meeting if you think of something. Don't hesitate at all. Or if you have any suggestions, always open to those. So thank you for your time.
Super. Thank you, Shaun. You know, that does remind me, you've got kind of 3 key advisors out there other than your fleet manager. You've got your payroll advisor, you've got your log advisor, you've got your road assist advisor. And I hope you realize they all have the same passion that we see from Shaun there, that our goal simply is to support you. That's all we do. Our job is to make sure that your life is as easy as possible. And it's not easy. It's a challenging profession. You all know that. But our role here within the office is to support you. We're very selective on who we choose to allow to work in here, and you'll hear it. You hear it constantly that we owe you respect. We owe you that we do the best possible job for you, because as tough as our day may be, it pales to what each of you do out there every day. It's just a challenging profession, but it's an honorable profession. It's a good profession. It's a good stepping stone to the middle class. I'm always proud to be associated with the trucking industry. So, I hope that comes through from Shaun and from all our speakers up here. If we go back to 1996 for a minute, my predecessor, Don Lacey, said, we need a way to recognize some of our best drivers. So between Don and I, we started our Million Mile program. And it started out kind of slow. We didn't have that many drivers we could find that were totally accident free. So we had like a gold program that had all their million miles at prime, and then a silver level if you had some miles at another company and some at prime. But we've done away with the silver level. We've gone through the 1 million mile. We've gone through the 2 million mile. We've gone through the 3 million mile. And now we're at the point now where we're honoring drivers that have 4 million safe miles. And this is just an incredible accomplishment. I think of all the people that are in the trucking industry that are drivers out there, have been drivers. I don't think you could even figure what small percentage of drivers will ever reach that plateau in their career to be able to drive 4 million accident-free miles. And we've got something very, very special today. And we've got a lot of people that want to participate in it. So I think what I'm going to do is, Steve, would you come on up? Steve Wutke, our Vice President of Sales and Marketing. And Mary, would you come up? Mary Hamilton, one of our fleet managers. And probably Henry, why don't you come on up too? And this is really important, but I want
Henry, Mary.
I knew if I started and Dennis started, Steve was not going to be able to help himself. He was going to be pacing back there till we got him up here. So we're just going to throw him the mic early and ask Steve if you kind of take over. And we've got some stuff. We've got Todd here, and it's all yours, Steve.
Yeah, it's, by the way, my name's Steve Wutke. I'm in sales here at Prime. And aside from Henry Manning's reputation as a on-time kind of guy, I don't think he's ever been late on a load. How long have you been here, Henry?
30 years.
30 years. Yeah, you heard that right. 30 years, right? We can validate that, right?
That's right.
So anyway, I want to complete this thought. Henry is never late, and he's always safe. And Henry is one of those kinds of guys that, as a newbie in this industry, he would be a great person to listen to because he knows how to do it right. This is not an easy job. It's a very dangerous job. Would you agree with that, Henry?
That's right. It's a long way. You got to be careful with anything you do out there. Don't you miss it.
Yeah, you got to be ready. You know, you just got to be ready to take your shift on and be focused, no distractions, be alert, and be ready to do your job. And honestly, I don't know that we've had a better operator than Henry. And we have had some awesome drivers, still do have a bunch of awesome drivers. But the thing about Henry is he knows our network and our customer base so well that he almost knows where he's going to go before he hooks to the load prior to the next load. He's already got it in his mind, and he knows our network, and he's developed relationships, right, Henry?
Yep. I got, when I started off, it was Danny House out there in California. Now Todd Davis up there in Kansas, where I'm right here now. And I also had two great payroll clerks, Angie, Sheila, my dispatcher, 22 years.
Mary's put up with you for 22 years.
Yep, we've been together for 22 years.
Hey, Robert, we need to get an extra check for Mary. But I mean, Henry, you got all these safe miles, but hell, Mary did the hard work, man.
Them the two over there did the hard work.
Hey, you guys, come on up here a minute. Come on here. Yeah. We have kind of a mixture of people don't usually participate in our meeting, but this is pretty unique here. So Danny, I'm going to let you take the microphone and you can speak about one of your operators here. I guess he's a sales coordinator too. I'm not sure, but I'll let you go ahead and talk about it.
So my name is Danny Hauser. I handle West Coast, been handling California and Pacific Northwest for a while now. There aren't too many drivers out there that I work with. There's a few, but not too many where we have customers call in specifically to ask that an individual handle their freight. So Albert's Organics, UNFI, from the beginning, they had a good relationship, not only with, the service aspect, but also with the actual customer service. Not everything you do out there is going to be flawless. There's going to be problems. It's how you deal with those things when they come up, that really stand out. And then with the Naturite freight that we do, a couple of years ago, we ordered a few wrap trailers for them. You may have seen them, you may not, but berries all down the side of the trailers. And it was for their 100th anniversary. So they decided that they wanted to have some events with those trailers. And to this day, they still have Henry's truck with one of those trailers as their email signature out there. So it was really nice to have, the relationship out there to get you out there to do something nice for the customer, to celebrate their milestones. So thank you for everything you've done, Henry.
Yeah, so, I mean, I can tell you there's no money changing hands. Henry didn't ask Danny to say that stuff, and here's a 20. It's the real deal. Henry's earned it, and I agree with Danny. We have people that ask about him every day. Is he in my area? Send him in. I know if I get Henry, I don't have to worry. So it's really quite a situation Henry's created. Quite a reputation here.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it for you. Go ahead, Todd.
Well, I've been working with Henry. By the way, my name's Todd Davis, regional sales coordinator, just like Dan, out in the meat patch. I've been doing that for about 11 years now. Henry and I have been working together for close to 10, I believe 8 to 10, somewhere in that area. Is it 11?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit longer than I thought, but as everyone said, Henry is always on point. He's always where he needs to be. He's always doing the right thing. Customers do ask for him. They ask about him if he's goes out of the loop, goes home. They want to know what's going on with them, and he wants to know what's going on with them as well. you know, he has a relationship, a special relationship with them. And, you know, he's the example of what Prime wants to see out there on the road. And the other day I had the idea to reach out to some of the people that you deal with every day out in Crete. So they got a couple things that they want to show you that we've got put together. We'll put them up on the screen for you. Thought we were going to. Do you have those, Bree? Okay.
Henry, it's Tina at the Crete Distribution Center. Just wanted to say congratulations on your 4 million mile safety award. That's a great accomplishment. Keep up the good work. You're always such a pleasure to work with every week. I enjoy seeing you. You're such a kind person. You take care of yourself now. Keep the safe miles going.
Hi, Henry. This is Angie. Congratulations on your milestone of safe driving. You are the nicest person I know. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a testimony again to Henry's professionalism. Although I will say this, they haven't been on the other end when Henry called in and was a little upset because he's pretty direct with his language when he gets uptight. I mean, you don't want to do anything except listen, and then when he takes a breath, maybe jump in. But he's entitled to that. He understands our system and understands that you all as operators make our company better. And Henry has made us a much better company with a lot of his observations. It would be nothing on a really tough day in 80 with ice and snow, and Henry would say, I got this fool, look at this fool out here. I mean, and it would be one of our operators, and he should be pulled off the road and stay safe until the weather breaks. Henry does it the right way. He's a team player. And Mary, you come over here if you would, and you can do a little interview with Henry. So talk about Henry a little bit, would you?
Hi, my name is Mary Hamilton. I'm a reefer fleet manager here at Prime. And like Henry said, we've been together for 22 years here at Prime. The one thing, like everybody else has said, the most important part of that 22 years has been that friendship, that compassion that you develop between each other. You know, Henry, he's not just my driver. Henry is my family. He's my brother in Christ, and he's my brother on this earth. And there's nothing else. You know, we can call, we can talk to each other. He can call in. If I'm having a rough day, guys, he knows already. And he says, no, I can tell you're having a rough day. What's wrong? And we talk about it, you know, or vice versa with him. And that is one type of a relationship. There's no other that can compare, you know, and that's the blessing that you get whenever you get to work day in and day out with people. Henry is very compassionate. You know, he cares about everything and everybody. You heard from some of the shippers that he works with out in Todd Davis's area. You know, these people love him. They want him. They look forward to seeing him. They look forward to seeing his smile. You know, he's always clean cut, always does, you know, a good job, and safety is at the forefront of everything that he does. Henry, I don't want to keep this floor very long because you are the one, my friend, with the 4 million miles. And what can you give as any tips or any hints to anybody out there?
Like I say, if you come in and start, you do your job right. Don't turn down no load. Whatever they give you, take it and move with it. You can't make money sitting still. You spending money. Turning down load don't get you nowhere. And then you get mad with your dispatcher after you turn the load down. It's not your dispatcher's fault. Them sales guys, they're gonna move on. They're gonna forget about you. You can listen to somebody else sit there and turn around, you're gonna be left sitting there all day. Might go into the next day. They'll get back to you when they can. So all I gotta do is just take what they got, run, get to another area, and you'll make money here. I've enjoyed working here.
So you're saying it's those damn old sales guys, huh? Give you every bad load. That's what I'm hearing, Henry. That's what I'm hearing from you. But I'll say this, you still took them and delivered them, didn't you?
That's right. You got to keep moving. You spending money. If you ain't running, yeah. Just take a look at my truck. I wish you had my truck. Take for average of my truck the way I run it. Should have had it up the way it saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you one other thing. I mean, I could ask you a lot of things, but what about personal hygiene on the road? What's your thought about it?
Well, you know, every time you buy fuel, you get free shower on your car. You got to make arrangement to take your shower, stay clean. I get a shower every day. That's what you call trip planning. You got to be clean. Your body got to be clean. Don't go there smelling like I don't know what people trying to do. Call in the prime. They'll call Robert. So you don't send this driver back no more because you can't stay in the office with you. That's what it boils down to. You plan your trip and you can take a shower every day.
Yeah, I should have told you. Henry's all about transparency, and he has no remorse on calling things out like that. And it's a good thing. I mean, that's why he's so valuable to us.
That's a wonderful thing.
It is. It is indeed. Todd, you got anything else you want to add before we get Robert to come up?
You know, I didn't. I had one last little thing that was supposed to come up on the screen there. She did have it up, but we kind of cut away from it. But, you know, the last little clip, it wasn't a video, but one of the other women there in Crete, she had a very nice thing to say about you. Just talked about how kind you are, how you're always doing the right thing. How she admires coming in and everything that you do. Yeah. The last thing she said was, we need you. And we do. Everybody needs you here at Prime. You, like I said, you are the example of what we want out there on the road. You represent the Prime name, Prime brand. We appreciate you. We love you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Well done. Thanks, Todd. So, Robert, come on up here. Looks like maybe you got Mary's check.
Oh, Henry, I can't think of anything else good to say about you. It's already done been said. Henry is truly special, and you're absolutely special to this company, and we appreciate you so much. So I am very proud to present you with this well-deserved, well-earned check for $10,000 for 4 million miles. And let me tell you something about Henry. Henry don't lack for funds. I mean, this $10,000 is just walking around money for Henry. I'm telling you. Henry, thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you letting me hang around you. I enjoy working and enjoy every bit of it. Like I say, if you start right, you can make money here. And another thing about Robert, I work for a lot of big companies, but this is the only company that recognizes driver the way Robert do. Yeah. You have Christmas parties, dinner, all that good stuff. Watches, rain. You don't get that from nobody else. Last year I had when I got that 3 million mile, I had a Warner driver. We was in the TA truck stop. He said, "Hey, Prime, look here, I got a jacket here." I said, "Yeah, you got a windbreak." I said, "I got a leather jacket." And with that leather jacket I got, I also got $5,000. I had to check to him. He dropped his head and walked out the back door. This one of the best companies that you can work for because Robert recognized everything you do here. And once he get to know you, he gonna come up and talk to you, ask you how you doing. When you work for some other company, the only time you see the owner is when you sign on. And after that, you don't see them no more. You don't have the privilege. But you can go, if you sit out there in the lobby, if ain't nobody, you go talk to him. He gonna talk to you. So that's one thing you should be proud of. You can go talk to the owner when you get ready. Or he out there on the basketball court with you.
Yeah, Henry, you're good, man. You keep coaching me, and we're gonna do some great things together.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
Appreciate it, Robert.
Love you, brother.
Yeah.
All right, Henry, you kind of stole the show today, brother.
No, I'm just telling the truth. That's it.
You're pretty good at telling the truth. So Steve had mentioned this week, we kind of got back to having some really special dinners and, we're back on track. For those of you that haven't been around here too long, Robert is really special when he recognizes our associates in-house, over the road, whatever, and throws a really good party. So during COVID, we kind of got away from that. It's part of our culture. It's nice to be around our operators and our in-house associates and seeing everybody interact. I've been here a little while myself, and we're blessed in many, many ways. We're recognized in the industry for our safety, for our service, for our equipment, for our driver base, and also for our rate structure. Our drivers do good things for our customers. We don't have to be low price. We're a low cost service provider. I screwed that up last night. Robert pointed that out to me. But the fact is, when you have a high level of service and you do it the right way, you don't have to match up the lowest rate. You can go in with what you know will keep drivers in trucks and make you a good living. It is a great time to be in trucking here at Prime for sure. So I don't know if you know what else we need to do? We always recognize those of you that served in the armed forces for our country. So would you please stand and be recognized for your service to our country? All of you, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. So with that, y'all get out here and haul some freight. Let's quit partying. Let's quit eating. Let's get out there and haul some freight and do it safely. And thank you. God bless you for all you do. Thank you.
I miss it.